Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are getting my voice on screen, please confirm to me, guys. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. All right. Good afternoon, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. I think so. We are discussing about all right Java programming format. This topic here we are discussing there. In Java programming format. Comment section already we started. In that comment section given some content. Right, sir. Now try to understand it clearly. In Java programming format, overall, how many phases are available? How many parts are available there? Overall 5 parts. What are the various parts here? Comment section, package section, import section, classes or interfaces section, main class section. Out of all these 5 sections, no, last one is mandatory. First 4 are what they're optional. Okay, there we started already comment section. Given some details about this comment section. In Java application development, before starting application code, before writing our code, it's a convention to provide some description about our code, where the description includes author name, objective, project details, module details, client's information, and so on. To provide this description, we have to use the comment section where we have to use comments. What are the various types of comments are available in Java? There are 3 types of comments in Java. What are the 3 types of comments here? Single line comment, multi-line comment, documentation comment. Single line comment is what there, it allows the description in a single line. What is the syntax here? No, 2 forward slashes and some description here we can write. Okay. Next one is some example I have given. Class calculator, void add method I have taken. There we provided some comment. It will add 2 integer values. At any location or Java file we can use. Okay. Multi-line comment. It allows the description in more than one line. Syntax is what there, slash slash star description, then what next one here, no, and star slash. This is the point here what we are getting. All right, sir. Then after this, after completion of this, another point is like what I am telling to you. Right. Then some example I have given, class calculator slash star star slash, the required information I have given about this particular method. Next one is documentation comment. It tells the description in more than one page, not in a single line, not in multiple lines. It allows the description in more than one page. What is the syntax for it? No, slash double star. Every line of the description must be started with what there, star. Ending symbol must be what there, star slash. This is a content here. But one note I have given, try to recognize this. Documentation comments are used mainly in API documentation creation, API documentation preparation. But it will take more time to prepare API documentation with the documentation comments. To simplify the API documentation creation, Java has provided a predefined command in the form of what there, Java doc command. That's it. Up to this part we understood in the last session. All right, sir. Good. Next one. What exactly the point here? Next one here we are discussing there. Now try to understand it. First of all, we have to understand API documentation. What's the meaning of this API documentation? Everybody understand this point clearly. It is a doc file or a text file or an HTML file or a PDF file and so on. It may be anything. It may be anything. It will provide the complete information. It will provide the complete information or complete description, information or description, complete description about the programming elements which we have used in the Java application. Come again, what's the point I said to you? API documentation is what there. It's a doc file or a text file or an HTML file or a PDF file and so on, anything. Then what it will provide there? It will provide the complete information or description about the programming elements which you have used in the Java applications. The programming elements like what are these programming elements? No, classes, interfaces, variables, methods, and so on, which you have used in the Java application. Is it? All of you get my point or not? This is clearly the meaning of like what there API documentation. All right. Now observe carefully. To provide description for all the predefined library, to provide description for the predefined library, Java, that means Sun Microsystems has provided a documentation in the form of API documentation, in the form of what there API documentation. To provide description for predefined library, Sun Microsystems has provided a documentation in the form of HTML files. In the form of what there HTML files. We can observe this clearly how it is existed here. You can see this one in the form of HTML files. Not in the form of HTML files. Of course, Java has, Sun Microsystems has provided its a documentation for Java predefined library. I will show this. How we are able to get the total documentation here. I'll show this. Just we can Google it in the internet. We are able to see what the total documentation for Java predefined library. I will show this. Try to recognize this. What I'm going to provide here. Just Google it for Java 8 version. I want to provide API documentation. All right, sir. Oracle that means docs.oracle.com API documentation. You can see that. But for any version, we can use this. Now, in this way, here we are able to get what their API documentation. All of you observe carefully. This part is what their packages part. These are the classes and interfaces in that package. In general, package is the collection of classes and interfaces. Is clear? Package is the collection of classes and interfaces. All right. If I select any one class here, and its description will be provided in this area. First, you have to select a package here. If you select one package, in that package, what classes and interfaces are available, they are displayed here. If you select any one class here, the related description we are able to get in this particular area. This is provided by like what their Sun Microsystems means that Oracle Corporation nowadays. The same Java vendor has given this predefined one. Let's see this one. Okay, I want to select one thing, java.lang package. Okay, I want to select in a java.lang package. So many classes and interfaces are available. These are the interfaces. No, now okay, I want to take what their classes. Say for example, I want to take a string. I think everybody might be aware about the string class. I want to take it. Click on the string class. There we are getting the total description. What description here we are getting there? Class string. Now see this one, how this class is available here. The string class represents character strings, all string literals in Java programs such as double quotation ABC. Anything if we provide in the double quotation, that is treated as what there? A string. Implemented as instances of this class, something else. Now example they have given, string str is equal to double quotation ABC is equivalent to like this. It has given some information there. Alright, sir. Now inside this string class, data, normal information is existed here. After that, variables are available, modifiers types. That means some variables, fields in the sense variables. Variables details. Only one variable is available. That is case insensitive order. Constructors are available. Of course, to create an object, we are going to use constructors. Number of constructors are available. All the constructors details can be provided. String, zero argument constructor, parameterizable constructors, whatever the things here we require, that all the constructors here we are having. Next one is the methods are available. In a string class, so many methods are available. Of course, in the future, I'm going to cover string class methods information there. String manipulations is a separate topic for us. There I'm going to discuss everything about the string class. Nearly 25 to 30 methods we are going to be covered in a string class. And I'm going to take the string class content there. We are able to understand it effectively. Right, sir. So many methods are available. Right. Majority of the methods we are going to discuss there. Nearly, as per my view, 20 to 25 number of methods I'm going to discuss, which are frequently used in our applications now. So the details here we are able to get. Say for example, replace method returns a string resulting from replacing all occurrences of the old char in this string with a new char. That means in place of this old char, new char will be replaced. Replace operation there. Replace all some other information there. Split dividing into the number of pieces. Starts with checking whether a string is started with a particular string or not. Next one is after that subsequence or substring, like to char array, converting the string into the character array. To lowercase, converting all uppercase letters to the lowercase. To string, to uppercase, converting all the characters from lowercase to uppercase. Like this, so many methods are available here. Then all the methods here we are going to understand as per the requirement. Right. So now this is what exactly the meaning of what there predefined library for what there, that means API documentation for what there Java 8 version. So this is provided by whom? Java vendor. Now Java vendor is whom? Oracle Corporation. Oracle Corporation has given that. Let me copy this part here. Now I want to give that information. To provide description for predefined libraries, Sun Microsystems has provided a documentation in the form of HTML files with the below link. Now I'm giving that link also. Now try to utilize that link clearly. Just if we copy and paste this link on the browser, we are able to see like what there the total API documentation. Right, sir? Just have a trial. After completion of this class, whenever we are at our home, as part of reading the content, just do one thing. If we click on this automatically, that means if we copy and paste it in the browser address bar, automatically we are able to get the total content that we can utilize. Okay, fine. This is a punch here. But my requirement is what? I have written a program. To my program, I want to prepare API documentation. That's my requirement. Of course, Java has given API documentation for its a predefined library, for the predefined classes, predefined methods and all. But my requirement is what there? I prepared a program, a Java application I prepared. In which way API documentation is available for a predefined library, in the same way, I want to prepare API documentation for my application, for my program. That's my requirement. If you want to provide API documentation for our application, there we have to use what there? Java doc tool. What is the tool we have to use there? Java doc tool. Already given that information to you. There we have to use what there? Java doc tool. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Now see this punch here. Next one is, after this, to prepare API documentation to our application. To prepare API documentation to our application, we have to use Java doc tool. We have to use what there? Java doc tool. Tool or command, both are same, no issues there. Okay. It will provide the API documentation in the form of HTML files. The Java doc tool is able to provide API documentation in the form of what there? HTML files. Not in any other one, just in the form of what there? HTML files. We are able to get API documentation. Is that clear? All of you are getting clarity on these points now? Alright, sir. Now, after completion of this, alright, sir. Now, I want to show an example for it. Now, try to recognize this, all of you know. I want to show one simple example. Everybody understand it? Of course, we can practice this. But if you want to practice this, you need to have Java in our system. If you have already Java installed, already Java is installed in your system, we can do this practice. Otherwise, not required. Just understand the content what I am giving. Okay, already in our system, if you have Java, we can use this particular whatever the work I'm doing here. Otherwise, no need to do this work. After completion of this topic, we will move on to the steps to prepare first Java program. There I'm going to install Java software. I will show how to install Java software. After that, you can check this particular program there. But meanwhile, try to understand the content what I'm giving. Clear? Right. Now let's understand this clearly. Fine. First of all, what I want to do there, right, sir, D drive Java 430. Some content is existed here. Now just I want to remove all these things. I don't require all this content here. Just remove this one. Java 430 location here we are having. Okay, fine. Now inside this location, I want to prepare another folder. What is that folder here? Just I want to prepare Java doc. That means API doc. That means, right, what's here? API. That's it. I want to prepare API, not more than this. There I want to prepare API documentation. Now, first of all, if you want to prepare API documentation, first of all, I have to prepare my program or not. Now, we need to have a Java file or not. We need to have a Java program or not. To this Java program only, I have to prepare API documentation. So first I have to write my Java program. To write this Java program, I'm going to use some tool. Edit plus here I'm going to use. Try to recognize this. Edit plus is a tool I'm going to use. Don't think about it, how to install this Edit plus even. I will show everything. I will show once if I start programming part. Not to think much about it, but only the point what we have to understand. To prepare API documentation, I need a Java program. That Java program now I'm preparing. Clear? Right, sir. Now file, new Java file. Automatically here I'm getting this part here. I don't require this main method and all this content here. Now just observe carefully. Public class employee. Public class employee. Class employee I have taken. Inside this employee, I want to take some variables. What are the various variables here? I want to take here public. All right, sir. Int envo variable. This is one thing. Public string ename variable. Public float esal variable. Public string eaddr variable. How many variables are available here? Overall, 4 variables I've taken. Okay, fine. Next one is I want to take some constructors also. Again, I'm telling here, don't think about it. What is the purpose of writing these variables, methods, constructors? Not at all required now. I need a program to prepare documentation. That's why I'm writing this program. Don't think too much inside this program. Why we have written these methods, why we have written these constructors and all. Only for the sake of preparing API documentation, I'm writing this program. Now I don't have any intention to talk directly Java program immediately. My intention is what there. I want to prepare API documentation for my program. So I need a program. That's why I've taken this particular example. Right? Now inside this, I want to take some constructors. Employee is a constructor, 0 argument constructor. Public employee of into envo, one argument constructor. Public employee into envo comma string ename, another constructor. Public employee into envo comma string ename comma float esal, Next one is a public employee of int envo comma string ename comma float e cell comma then string e added here. Like this we have taken number of constructors. Right, sir. Now see this one, class employee I have taken. How many variables I have taken there? 4 variables. All these are constructors. How many constructors I have taken there? No, 5 constructors here we have taken. Is that how many constructors there? 5 constructors. Similarly, I want to take another set of methods. What that other set of methods here we have taken there? No, observe carefully. Public void add of into envo comma then string ename comma float e cell comma string e added here. Open and closed. Just I'm going to write what there, open and closed. Next one is a public void search of int envo search operation. Public void update into envo comma string ename comma float e cell comma string e added here. Now public void delete of into envo. Right, sir. How many methods can I have written here? No, 4 methods can we have written. Right, all of you are following my points clearly? Now tell me clearly. Now tell me, class employee I have taken. Inside this class employee, all these are what their variables. All these 5 things are like what their constructors. All these 4 are what their methods. All these are methods. Just assume it. There is a program. Inside this program, number of elements are written. That's it. Don't think how we declare variables, how we declare methods, how we declare constructors. Not at all required at present. Just understand there is a class. Inside this class, so many content, so many elements are available. Let me save this now. I want to save this at the D drive, Java 430 API. In this location, I want to save this. The file name here, what I am going to save there, employee.java. Employee.java. That is the file name here, what I provided. Employee.java. Right, sir. Observe carefully. After this employee.java file, all right, let me open my command prompt. Of course, in my system already I had Java, right? All right, now let me go with what there, D colon, go to the location where I saved my Java file. That is what there, Java 430 CD space. Then what we have to provide there, API. All right, now I'm at this location. Now, if you want to prepare API documentation, what I have to do there, Java doc command we have to use. What is this command? No, Java doc. In which way we are using Java C for compilation, in which way we are using Java for execution. Like this here we are able to provide Java doc that we provided. When we provide this Java doc command, there immediately we are going to specify what their file name. What is that file name here we provided there? No, employee.java. What's the file name I saved there? Employee.java. Java doc space employee.java. Let me click on enter button here. If you click on enter button, right, sir. Of course, some warning messages and all the things are available, but no need to think much about it. Warning messages are not giving any like impact in our program execution there. Like, of course, we are getting some content here. It's okay. Finally, now here we can observe this clearly. All what files are created, sir? HTML files here we are getting. Am I right or not? I said to you already. Java doc command is able to prepare. Java doc command is able to prepare only what their HTML files. There only we can search for it. See this? Here all these HTML files here we are getting. These many things here we are getting. Am I right or not? Now here, what we have to open there? Employee.html file is existed here. Just simple. That is the main file. Employee.html. That's the main file. There only we can see the required information. Double click on it. If you double click on it, there we are able to get our content. There we are able to see the required information. What is our class, sir? Actually, class employee. Of course, I have not used packages. I have not used import statements and all. That's why we are not getting frame structure. Directly HTML file here we are getting. Now inside this, what we are getting? Class employee. Inside this class employee, how many fields are available? Fields in the sense like what are the variables? What are the variables? What are the various variables are available here now? All right, envo, ename, ecell, eaddr, like this here we are getting. Next one is constructors. How many constructors can we provided here? No, 5 constructors. So all the 5 constructors are listed. Next one, how many methods are existed here? No, 4 methods. All the 4 methods details are available. All right. Then after that, field details, in detailed information. They're just only list I given there now. At present list here we are getting there, but now here I want to provide what the field details, in detailed information. ENO, what exactly the data is existed here. Constructors, one by one, all the constructors are provided. Next one is what there. Yeah, it's okay, fine. Right, sir. Now d colon slash Java 430 Java 430 employee dot Java. This is what we have taken. In this location, I prepared employee dot Java file. This total points here I'm going to provide. All right, let me copy this. I'll provide the total data, whatever the program here I given, that entire program I given. Even on command prompt, what I have done, the total information here I want to get. On command prompt, what exactly the work I have done there. On command prompt and everything I provided here, so that you can understand what was happened there. We are able to get it. Just directly, I went to the location. There I have used what there, Java doc space employee dot Java. Then automatically this total content is generated. There we can go to the location. There we can open what there, that employee dot HTML file. Automatically, there we are able to get our content directly. Right. So this is the way to prepare like what there, API documentation for our programs, for our code. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? All right. Observe carefully. One more small information to all of you guys. Now try to understand it. No. How many types of comments are available in Java? How many types of comments are available in Java? 3 types. What are the 3 types of comments? No. Single line comment, multi-line comment, documentation comment. What is single line comment? Allows a description in a single line. What is multi-line comment? No. Allows a description in no more than one line. What is this documentation comment? No. Allows the description in what there, more than one page. Got it or not? Right. Now see this point here. I'll give one point example here. I'll give one point here. Now try to understand this note. No. Observe carefully. Out of all the comments, only documentation comments provided. Out of all the comments, only documentation comments provided description or data will be included in the API documentation which we generated from Java doc command. Listen carefully what I'm saying to you. What exactly the point I'm telling you? Now try to understand it. No. Out of all the comments, 3 types of comments we know: single line comment, multi-line comment, documentation comment. Only documentation comments provided data will be included in the API documentation which we generated from the Java doc command. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? In other words, what I am telling there, if you want to provide any description for any variable, for any method in the API documentation, if you want to provide your some description in the API documentation about any variable, there we have to use documentation comments. This also be one of the reason why documentation comments are available. Are get my point or not? If you want to write something, some data in the API documentation, we need to use what their documentation comment. By using documentation comment, we are able to write some description in our API documentation. Let's see this. I want to show some points to you, not try to understand it clearly. All right, sir. Now, for example, now I want to show for ENO, I want to write it now. It represents employee number. Single line comment I've given. Now here, multi-line comment I've given. Inside this, what I'm giving there, it represents employee name. Of course, more than one line I'm not writing, no, but required information I'm providing by using this comment. Next one is after that. Inside this, what I'm providing there, it represents employee salary. Of course, we can provide star or without the star. Up to now, even without star also it will run. Or maybe safe side, I want to provide what the star. Okay. Now tell me, for ENO, what comment I have used there? Single line comment. For ENAME, what comment I have used there? Multi-line comment. And for ESAL, what comment I have used there? No, documentation comment we have used it. Is it got it or not? All right. Next one. Similarly, for the constructor, just I want to give like what there, single line comment is a zero argument constructor. What is constructor actually? Zero argument constructor. Next one. Then slash star star slash. It is one param. That means it is like what there, one param constructor. All right, sir. It's completed. No. Now here I want to write like what there. This is documentation comment here we provided here. Star. It is two param constructor. It is what there, two param constructor. It is two param constructor like this. In the case of methods also what I am providing there. All right, sir. It will add employee to database table. Next one is slash star and star slash. It will search an employee in a database. It will search an employee in a database. Next one is what there, slash double star slash. Then what it will do there, it will update employee in a database table. It will update employee in database table. Guys, all of you observe carefully. In my program, for all the variables I provided comments or not. All the three types of comments are given. For ENO, what there, single line comment. For ENAME, double line, multi-line comment. For ECell, I provided what there, documentation comments. Similarly, for the constructors also given some comments here. For zero argument constructor, single line comment. For what next one, you know, for one parameter constructor, multi-line comment. For two parameters constructor, what I provided here, no documentation comment. For methods also given some comments here. What comments are given there? For add method, single line comment. For search method, multi-line comment. And for what their update, then what we provided here, no, like a documentation comment here we provided. That's clear? All of you are getting clarity, no? All right. Now, again, I want to prepare documentation, API documentation. Try to observe this clearly. Employee.java, except this one. Everything I want to delete. Only this Java file is existed here. Okay. Right, now let me prepare again documentation comment. Java doc space employee dot java. Previously in the documentation, have we get any description? Have we got any description? Even I have not provided any description, of course. I have not provided description so that we are not having any description here in the previous case now. Right or not? Okay, leave this one. I want to remove this one also. Just let me click on enter button here. If I click on enter button, automatically the comments, that means the total API documentation will be created. Okay, what exactly this API documentation here? Observe carefully. Now let me go to this location here. Now here we are getting all this content here again. Now let me open employee.html. Observe carefully. This time what we are getting here. For EN was single line comment not available. For ename multi-line comment not available. But for eCell we are getting some commented data or not. This is what their documentation comment. I provided description through what their documentation comment. This documentation comment provided data here we are getting. All of you are getting clarity or not? This is one thing. Now observe carefully here. For zero argument constructor, I provided single line comment. For one parameter constructor, multi-line comment I provided. For two parameters constructor, I provided what their documentation comment here. So it is two param constructor like this here we are getting it. Similarly, for methods also I given some description here. Like by using like what their documentation comment. That means whatever the description I provided along with the documentation comment, that description is available in our documentation. In our API documentation, we got the description which we specified along with the documentation comment. If I provide any description along with a single line comment, multi-line comment, the data is not available in the API documentation. Only the description what I provided along with the API, that means documentation comments, that data will come to the API documentation. Yes, clear? All of you are getting clarity on these points now. So this is exactly the meaning of what their documentation comment. Right, so to prepare API documentations, we are able to use documentation comment. Or else, if you want to keep any description in the API documentation, which you are generating from Java doc command, there we have to use what their documentation comments. That's the purpose here we have to use documentation comments. We have to use there in this particular situation. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on this now? All right. Now that example also I want to provide there. Try to recognize this. Right, with respect to this again here I'm telling there example d:/java 430 slash I have to provide what there employee.java. I'm going to provide this total code employee.java on command prompt. Of course command prompt data is very same, but anyway just I want to provide only the required information. Anyway everything here I want to provide there just as a matter of scrolling. Just we can do that, but everything I provided. But mainly the command what we have to use there, what command here I have to use there mainly java doc space employee.java. Then everything is created automatically. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? All right. So gradually, slowly, we are moving towards programming part. So initially theoretical contents we are having there, just we understood. Then why Java, what is the requirement of Java, this kind of basic awareness. After that, point by point, I'm moving towards what is the programmatic part. But if I want to start programming, at least this basic information is required. Without having knowledge in this content here, writing programs is unnecessary, is a time-waste process. So with the complete awareness only, we have to write the program. Don't worry, I will show everything. All right. All of you observe carefully. Next one. Next point is what there. To provide, listen carefully, all of you know. To provide description in a Java applications. To provide description in a Java applications. Java 1.5 version. Java 1.5 version has provided a feature. Has provided a feature in the form of annotations. Right, sir. In the future, we are going to have a topic like annotations. There I will discuss complete information there, but here just introductory part for this annotations here I'm going to discuss, but try to understand it now. What's the point I'm telling to you? To provide description in Java applications, Java 1.5 version has provided a feature in the form of annotations. Yes, sir. What's the topic name there? That means what's the feature here now? Annotations. Immediately we are getting a question. Immediately we need to have a question in our mind. What's the question here? We have to get in our mind here. The question would be, observe carefully. In a Java applications, to provide description, already we have comments. Already we have what there? Comments. Then what is the requirement to use annotations? Right, sir? Now tell me, by using comments, what you are able to do? By using comments, what we are doing actually? By using comments, we are providing description in a Java program. Am I right or not? So to give some description for the sake of readability point of view, that we are able to provide some description by using what their comments. By using annotations also, what we are providing? By using annotations also, we are providing the description or not? That's why we have a question. Before this 1.5 version, or maybe after even 1.5 version also, after that also, or before that also, already we have comments to provide some description. Then what is the requirement to use annotations? Already we have comments to provide description. Then what is the requirement to use annotations? This is a question now. Yes. Now here we have to provide answer for this question. Everybody understand this clearly? I want to give some answers to you. Now try to observe carefully. What is the answer here I'm providing there? Observe carefully. Simple answer. First of all, if you want to give answer for this question, first I need to provide one diagram, guys. Try to understand this diagram. I think everybody is required this diagram. Okay. Initially, at the very startup of the classes, I given this diagram, no, but again I'm giving the diagram. Try to understand this. This is, for example, I'm using what there .java file. When I compile this .java file, what files here we are able to get there? Class of files here we are able to get. And one more thing I'm telling to you, everything I'm providing in the document. So no need to even write anything. Just try to understand what I'm telling there. You can access the document at your home. Okay, fine. Here we are getting like what there .class file. Here we are getting. Whenever we are getting, sorry, no. First of all, we need to perform compilation. Here, what we required, compilation. Net. Okay. All right, sir. Now here, what we are getting there, there we have to provide what there compilation. And compilation. When we perform this compilation, then what we required here, there we are able to get what file here, .class file. Here we are able to get .class file. Whenever we are getting this .class file, we have to execute this. When we execute this .class file, there automatically we need to perform execution or not. Then here we are able to perform like what there execution. When we execute this file, then what we have to do there, we are able to get some outputs. Let's see this here, we are able to get some outputs now. Outputs here we are getting it. Clear? All right, now all of you understand this. If you observe this compilation, 4 phases are existed inside the compilation. What are the 4 phases are existed here? Preprocessor, compiler, assembler, loader, link, editor. These many phases are existed here. But of course, what is not available in Java? What is not available in Java? Preprocessor is not existed. Preprocessor is not existed. Just For the sake of awareness, I have written it. If you observe this compiler again, 6 number of phases are existed inside the compiler. What are the 6 number of phases here inside the compiler? No, all of you observe carefully. Now this is lexical analysis phase. Next one is syntax analysis phase. Next one is semantic analysis phase. Next one is what there? Intermediate code generation. Intermediate code generation. Code optimization. Code generation. Right, sir. Now these are overall phases here we are getting. Right, sir. First one is what there? Lexical analysis, syntax analysis, semantic analysis, intermediate code generation, code optimization. Then what next one here? Code generation. Overall, these are the phases which are available in our content. Right, sir. Then entire diagram is not required for me. Now, as per my requirement, we need to understand only this part. Only lexical analysis phase I required now immediately. My interview question, my question is somewhat related with this particular topic only. So we need to understand lexical analysis phase. What exactly this lexical analysis phase, what it is able to do? What it is doing there? Lexical analysis phase is performing what? I'll give some clarity. Now try to understand these points, all of you know. For example, when I compile this Java file, what is the first phase? Immediately it is performing no compiler. Inside the compiler, what is the first phase? No lexical analysis. That means when we compile the program, that immediately what phase is going to be executed? No lexical analysis phase. What this lexical analysis phase is able to do? Lexical analysis phase is able to perform two actions. Lexical analysis phase is able to perform what there? Two actions. What are the two actions? No, store the total Java program into a buffer. Read the total program into a buffer. That phase, storing Java program into a buffer, is called as buffering. Is called as what there? Buffering. Storing the total Java program into a buffer, right? Called as buffering. After that, second phase is what there? In that buffer, whatever the Java program was provided there, immediately lexical analysis phase will divide this total Java program into number of pieces. The lexical analysis phase will generate, that means will divide the total program into number of pieces, different pieces. Int I is equal to 10 semicolon. Int is one piece, I is another piece, is equal to another piece, 10 is another piece, and semicolon is another one. So that where each and every piece is called as a token. Each and every piece is called as a token. A token where the process of generating tokens. Where the process of generating tokens is called tokenization. Where the process of generating tokens is called as what there? Tokenization. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Where the process of generating tokens is what there? Tokenization. So finally, two actions. What a lexical analysis is performing there? One is what there? Buffering. Another one is what there? Tokenization. All of you get my point or not? All of you have remembered up to this point now? If you remember up to this point here, now I will go back to my question. Now read out this. What exactly the question here I've given there? What was the question here I've given there? Now tell me. In Java applications, to provide description, already we have comments. Then what is the requirement to use what there? Annotations. Sir, got it or not? This is a question here we have to provide. All right. Now I'm giving answer for you. Now try to understand it clearly. Everybody understand this now. Are you ready? Try to understand it. In Java applications, if we provide description, along with the comments, then lexical analyzer will remove. Observe carefully the required point I'm telling now. If we provide description along with the comments, then lexical analyzer will remove the provided comments and its description as part of tokenization while performing compilation or in compilation process, as part of tokenization in compilation process. That's it. Simple, very simple information. You have to understand it clearly. Come again. What's the point I said to you? In a Java applications, if we provide description aligned with the comments, then lexical analyzer is what there, who is performing lexical analysis now. Lexical analyzer will remove the provided comments and description as part of tokenization in the compilation process. Sir, got or not? I said to you, lexical analysis phase is storing the total program into a buffer. Then after that, entire program is divided into the number of pieces. While dividing this program into the number of pieces, if you provide any comments and some description, lexical analysis phase will separate them, will remove that comments and their description from Java program. In the generated dot class file, we are able to have only what there. In the generated dot class file, here we are able to have only normal Java program without the comment. We are able to have only normal Java program without the comments kernel. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Normal Java program without the comments. Comments and description. Without that only, here we are having the Java program. Yes, sir. All of you getting my point or not? Fine. So finally, the conclusion is what there? If you provide comments and description are removed by lexical analysis phase in a compilation process. So here, what I'm telling the compilation process. So comments and its a description is not available in Java applications at dot class files and at runtime of our application. That means what I'm telling there. So comments and description is available to the Java programs up to .java files only. Up to .java files only. Not available in Java applications yet. Not available at dot class files and at runtime of our application. Read out this. Try to understand it. What I've given there. If I provide comments and a description in my Java program, that is available up to .java file only. That is not available to dot class file, not available to runtime of our application. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity up to know what I said to you. Still, my question and answer is not completed here. Just have given the problem with the comments now. Comments lifetime is what there up to .java file, up to source code. For the sake of fuzz only, that comments are provided, not for the sake of programming, not for the sake of processing. For our better understanding purpose only, the comments are providing in our Java programs. Got it or not? Once we compile our Java program, the comments and the description will be removed from our Java file, removed from our Java applications. So the comments and description will be available up to .java file. It will not be available up to .class file and up to runtime of our application. Lifetime of the comments and its description is up to .java file only, not available to .class file and up to runtime of our application. Yes, clear? All of you are getting clarity on this? Fine. But as per the requirements like, observe carefully. As per the requirements like simplifying, to simplify debugging process, to simplify testing To simplify testing in server-side applications, in Hibernate applications, in Spring applications, and so on and so on and so on, and so on and so on and so on. So many requirements are available. We have to bring description. I can say this description or what their metadata, both are same. Description about our code, description or metadata. We have to bring description or metadata up to .java file, comma, up to .class file, and up to runtime of our application. Up to runtime of our application. Come on, guys. What is our requirement here? Now try to understand this now. What exactly the point I set you in Java applications? If you provide description along with the comments, then lexical analyzer will remove the provided comments and its description as part of tokenization in the compilation process. So comments and its description is available to the Java programs up to .java files only, not available at .class files and at runtime of our application. But as per the requirements, like what I given there, as per the requirements, like to simplify debugging process, to simplify testing process, and in server-side applications, in Hibernate applications, in Spring applications, and so on. So many requirements. We have to bring description or metadata up to .java file, up to .class file, and up to runtime of our application. I don't know. The requirement is available, but comments and description is available up to what there .java file, not available to what there .class file and runtime of our applications. All of you are getting it or not? But our requirement is what there. We have to bring these up to like what there runtime of our applications. Right or not? All right, so now here to achieve or to bring a description or metadata up to .java file, up to .class file, and up to runtime of our applications, we have to use annotations. We have to use annotations over comments. We have to use what their annotations over what their comments. In place of these comments, we have to use what their annotations. Annotations are having capability to bring up to .java file, .class file, up to what their runtime of our applications. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity. And one more point I'm telling to you, note type of point here. If I provide comments and description, just only developers readability purpose only we can use that. Developer cannot access that programmatically. The comment and some description if I provide, no, developer cannot access the data programmatically. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Developer cannot access data programmatically. Understand my point? No, developer cannot access data programmatically. Developer just can see the data if you provide comments and description. But if you provide the same description along with annotations, no, developer can access the data programmatically. Developer can use the data as per its requirement. So accessibility is not available with the comments, but accessibility is available with what their annotations. Sir, got it or not? But again, all these points I'll discuss there just as an introduction part. I'm telling there. Anyway, we are discussing about comments now. So along with the comments, I've introduced what there. Just I've introduced the annotation part here. So now here, what is the point I'm telling there? If we provide description along with the comments, then developer can read the description only. Developer cannot access the description programmatically. Right, sir. If we provide description along with the comments, then developer can read the description. Developer cannot access the description programmatically. But what's the point I'm telling to you? Observe carefully. But if we provide a description, along with annotations, developer can access the description programmatically. Developer can access the description programmatically. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Developer can access the description programmatically. Now we require the description accessibility in our applications. In a debugging, maybe we have to access the description. In a testing, we have to access the description. In a server-side programs, in a Hibernate applications, in Spring applications, we have to read the description. To read the description, there we have to use what their annotations. There we have to use what their annotations. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? What I'm telling you now. Clear to all of you? No response, guys. Fine. That's okay. Good. Nice. Now try to recognize this point. What I said to you. That's okay. Fine. After completion of this, that another point here, what I am telling to you, after understanding this one here, description and all, but I have a question now. One more question here I'm having there. Try to recognize this question here. What was the question here I'm telling there? My question is to provide a description at a runtime of our application, to provide description at a runtime of our applications. Already we have XML documents. To provide description at runtime of our applications, we can use XML documents. Provide data in XML file. Through Java program, read data from XML file. We can supply data to the Java application at runtime. We can supply data to the Java application at runtime. We don't have any problem for it. We can do that. So already XML documents are available for us. We are able to use that. Then what is the requirement? What is the requirement to use annotations? What is the requirement to use annotations? This is my question here. Another question now. Come again. What was the question here I'm telling there? Now try to understand it clearly. To provide description, or maybe in a Java applications, to provide a description at runtime of our applications, already we have XML documents. Then what is the requirement to use annotations? This is the point here we have to understand. Clear? All of you are getting clarity in this point now? Right. See this. I will give some few points. Can I try to understand these few more points? What are the points here I'm telling there? If we use XML documents in a Java applications, then we are able to get the following problems. If we use XML documents in a Java applications, then we are able to get the following problems. What problems here we are able to get? Number one. Tell me first of all, what is this XML actually? Is it part of the Java or an outside of the Java? XML is what? XML is a part of the Java or outside of the Java? Okay, forget about this XML, HTML. Now tell me, HTML is a part of the Java or outside of the Java? Outside of the Java, not inside the Java. Your object orientation is a part of the Java. Exception handling is a part of the Java. Multi-threading is a part of the Java. Collection framework is a part of the Java. Inner class is a part of the Java. Like lambda expression is a part of the Java. So many concepts are the part of the Java. But HTML, XML, these are scripting languages. These are what they are? Scripting languages. They are not the part of Java. Of course, they will be used for Java application for different requirements. They will be utilized for Java application, but they are not the part of the Java. They are not provided by Oracle Corporation or Sun Microsystems. They are provided by some third-party organizations. So they are not the part of the Java. But if you are using XML document to provide description at a runtime of our application, then Java developer must use XML documents. If Java developer wants to use XML documents, Java developers must have XML knowledge or not. If you want to use XML document for our application, all Java developers, must learn XML technology or not. Understand, guys? Already Java developers are very much busy with their business code, business application logics. They're busy with the Java technology only. So many concepts are available in Java. Right from core Java to up to web services, so many things are available in Java. Developers are totally busy with their technology. But if you are making another technology, if you are making Java developer to learn another technology, in the sense, where is the time for Java developer to learn another technology? Moreover, it's not related to Java. It's totally outside of the Java. How it is possible for developers to learn XML technology? Is extra burden to the Java developer or not? This is extra burden to the Java developer or not? No response, guys. Right, definitely it's a burden to the Java developer. That's why don't like to use what their XML documents. Point number one. Next one. If we want to use any XML document for our application, that XML document must be in a well-formed format. That XML document must be in what format there? Well-formed format. You should not write that XML documents in our own way. There are some rules and regulations. By following the rules and regulations only, we have to prepare XML document. The rules and regulations, if we follow, then the document is called as what there? Well-formed document. Well-formed document. As per the rules and regulations only, we have to write it. Some rules I'm telling there. Entire document should have a single root tag. Every open tag must have a closed tag. Or get my point or not? Every open tag must have what there? Closed tag. Entire document must have a single root, not multiple rows. Alright, DTD or XSD must be required for each and every elements of definition. And every attribute values must be provided in the form of double quotations or at least single quotations. A set of rules and regulations are available. By following that only, we have to write the document. Then only the document is what there? Well-formed document. If the document is not well-formed document, no, our Java program will not run. If we use that XML for Java. If we use XML document for Java, our Java program will not be executed. Right or not? So the point is what there? Every time we have to check whether the XML document is in well-formed format or not. Well-formed format or not. Every time we have to check whether the XML document is in a well-formed format or not. That we have to check. That is extra burden for what their developers. Okay, nice. That is one point. Next one is, okay, my XML document is in well-formed format. Nice. First of all, we have to save that in our system hard disk or not. Because that XML document must be saved in our computer or not. After that, we are going to read data from XML file to Java program. After that, we have to read data from XML file to Java program. Got my point or not? But before going to read data, at the time of reading data from XML document, every time we have to check whether that XML document is in the proper locations or not. Every time we have to check whether that XML file is available at exact locations or not. If that XML document is not at proper location, there is a chance to get file not found exception. There is a chance to get what there? File not found exception. So for this, what I have to do there? Every time we have to check whether the XML documents, are provided at a proper locations or not. Every time we have to check whether the XML documents are provided at the proper locations or not. Every time we have to check whether the XML document is in a well-formed format or not. Every time we have to check whether the XML documents are provided at the proper locations or not. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? This is another point here now. Okay, good. Up to that, it's okay, fine. Next term. My XML document is in well-formed format. Nice. I stored that at a particular location. I'm ready to read the data from XML file to Java program. To read data from XML file to Java program, we are going to use parsing mechanisms. What mechanisms we are using there? Parsing mechanisms to read data from XML file to Java program. parsing mechanisms here we have to use. Got it or not? More and more number of parsing mechanisms are available. Different parsing mechanisms are available. Among these multiple parsing mechanisms, we have to select the right parsing mechanism. Then only we can read complete data from XML file to Java program. All of you get my point or not? So here what we require here, a right parsing mechanism here we have to select. So what is that? Another button here I'm telling there. Every time we have to check. Every time we have to check whether we are using a right parsing mechanism or not to read data from XML documents. Every time we have to check whether we are using right parsing mechanisms or not to read data from XML documents. These many problems here we are able to get. Come again, what exactly our question here actually? In Java applications, to provide description at runtime of our applications, already we have XML documents. Then what is the requirement to use what their annotations? Then what I said to you, if you use XML documents in Java applications, then we are able to get the following problems. What are the various problems here? All Java developers must learn XML technology. Every time we have to check whether the XML document is in well-formed format or not. Every time we have to check whether the XML documents are at the proper locations or not. Every time we have to check whether that XML, whether we are using right parsing mechanism or not to read data from XML documents. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? This is the total point here I'm telling them. Good. To overcome this problem, to overcome these problems, we need a Java alternative. Yes, sir. What alternative here we required? We need what there? A Java alternative. To overcome these problems, we need a Java alternative. If you use Java alternative, all these problems or all these points are not required. No need to check whether that XML is in well-formed format or not. No need to check whether the XML documents are available at proper locations or not. No need to read the data from XML documents. No need to use any parsing mechanism. All these things are not required if we use Java alternative. Right or not? So all these headaches are we can remove. All right, sir. To overcome these problems, we need a Java alternative. That is, what is that one here? No annotations. If we use annotation, annotation is a Java feature, strictly Java feature. 10 lines of XML code is equal to 1 line of Java, 1 line of annotation. 1 line of annotation is equal to 10 lines of XML document. So automatically we are able to get what their annotations. This is what exactly the requirement of what their annotations. This is a need of the annotations. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Okay, clear? Fine, sir. This information is sufficient today. I think you understood perfectly. Then today's content here. I hope so. Nobody is sleeping at the same time. All the members are putting concentration. Today class is good than satisfaction. But yesterday is totally disaster. Even the thing is what there, people are getting sleeping, they are moving outside and coming back, outside and coming back continuously. All right, sir. But you understood. If you understand the content, no, gradually, slowly, I can speed up your content. But see, my tempo is totally depending on your tempo only. See, for example, if I'm running there, if you're walking in backside of me, what is the use of it? If I'm running, if you're running along with it, then I can take more velocity, right? But the problem is what there, you are slowly, you're walking. And by seeing your walking style, I'm walking now. Understand it? So definitely, whenever you are in a position to understand all my points, see, the point is what? Right from beginning, we are at different tracks actually. This much of time you have taken, or maybe I have taken to keep all of you into my track. Now all of you are in my track. Even if I use single statement, and at a time we are able to understand, we are in a position to understand my points. But in the first 3 to 4 classes, no, even if I speak some statements, no, we are not in a position to grasp the complete information. Why? Because we are not in my track, different. Now we are comfortable, so that I can speed up the content, I can give more clarity. Right, sir? Moreover, the topics are also like almost all theoretical points are coming to the end. Then programming part I'm going to start. Once if I start programming there, completely the total play with the system only. Then completely we are going to see the live executions and everything, live programs on everything. Automatically we are going to understand. Automatically we are going to get some habituation writing program there. So automatically we are going to prepare our programs now, right? That's okay. That's all, guys. Then that's all for today. Then what about the tomorrow session here? It's a pending question for us. Uh, Tomorrow or day after tomorrow? Yeah, actually, I checked it. Then how many of you are going to be are available on tomorrow? I don't know, but myself, I'm not going to be available on tomorrow. Clear? The equation is very clear. No confusion, right? So tomorrow, all my classes are not available. Not only your class, actually, all my classes are not available. Okay. Day after tomorrow is as usual class. Then I will continue this part here and day after tomorrow. All right. Maybe on this Saturday, you have to appear for exam on Saturday, not on Friday. Actually, I thought of it. I want to conduct it on Friday. I think so. Then Friday also be. I need to talk about this topic. Today is what actually? Tuesday, right? Tomorrow is a Wednesday. Thursday, Friday. Thursday, Friday. Maybe tomorrow we don't have any class. Thursday there is a class. Thursday single day is not sufficient. Thursday and Friday I have to take classes there. On Saturday I need to conduct an exam up to this introduction part. Up to introduction part, at least no need to worry for it. Those who are missing differences between Java and others, I will take it again, but attend for exam there. But try to write some content here, whatever the questions are given. So then try to appear for exam. Then no class I'm going to take on Saturday, just only exam I will conduct. Everybody should prepare this content here. This document, I think so, this document is available with you, right? Already given that link. This is a URL to get this document here. If you are not having document there, now try to take this URL. Only from this document only we are able to get the content. Up to whatever the content I'm going to be covered up to Friday, within that only I'm going to conduct the exam. Yes, sir. Exam in the sense, don't think about it. I'm going to give some punishment and all these things. Just for the sake of checking your knowledge, what you understood during these days of time. Just how much you understood, how much you remembered. Theoretical questions only. Just 30 or 35 questions I will give there. Then within 30, even still that question paper is not available with me. I need to prepare that question paper. I have to conduct that exam. Just take it as a challenge, then try to prepare for it and try to write exam. Out of 30, try to get at least 28. Very simple. See, from this knowledge only I'm going to give. I'm not going to give any rocket science kind of questions to you. Right. Whatever the concepts I have discussed up to now, within that only I'm giving more clearly from this document only. Whatever the document I have given there, from this document only I'm giving that. Right. Those who are getting out of 30 marks now, there is a surprise. Hmm? Right, sir. Now I'll check it. How many of you are going to get 30 out of that? Easy, simple question paper. Not too much difficult. Very, very simple. Theoretical points only. Multiple options again. For every question, 4 multiple options. That we have to select one. Right, sir. That's okay, fine. I'll meet on day after tomorrow. Not on tomorrow. Don't come for the class on tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'll meet on day after tomorrow. Yeah, guys, test will be conducted even for online students also. Don't worry. I will give that process there, how I'm going to provide this. Then tomorrow we don't have any class, guys, and I'll meet on day after tomorrow. Right. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah, then I will give information to you guys. Then how to conduct that exam in online. I'll show that information to you. Don't worry. Thank you. Thanks a lot.